Howdy folks, I figured I'd come on here and make a video regarding what it's been like to live with this Mazda 3 Sport for the past 50,000 kilometers. This vehicle has a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine producing 191 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. Under here you can see my Cork Sport cold air intake. It's a short ram with a cold air box, as well as the power wire for one of my modifications. These hood struts here are actually aftermarket. I purchased these off of Mix Store online. I'll link them in the description. I purchased this vehicle about a year and a half ago on June 30th, 2023 at Western Mazda in Corner Brook, Newfoundland. It is a GS non-luxury package all-wheel drive. We have some 16, 205, 60, 16 rims and tires. They're certified winter trek studded winter tires right now. As you can see, I also have these Rally Armor mud flaps and these black mirror caps. Those are both aftermarket, as well as this roof rack, the spoiler. I also have it D-badged on the back here, so usually there would be Mazda 3 all-wheel drive and Skyactiv G over here. Also got a black badge on there from Mixed Store as well. Got my little surfer tool, keeping an eye on things. Gas cap here, she takes regular fuel. It is not a capless filler. It does lock when you lock the car though, which is a really nice feature. I also have a Cork Sport catback exhaust on this vehicle. She is really dirty right now. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. It is January here in Newfoundland, and that means snow, road salt, all that fun stuff, as you can see looking around. Checking at the back seats, you can see there's not a whole lot of space here. It's enough for short trips if I were to get in. Sitting behind my girlfriend, who's 5'7", I have a little bit of space for my knees. Down on my shins, they're touching the bottom of the seat, and my feet are also touching the bottom of the seat. Here is your rear center armrest with 2 cup holders. There is a cargo shelf that comes with this car, however I don't have it installed. No sunroof on this model, as it is just a GS. Got my bag there. Cloth seats, they have seatbelt monitors in them, as you can see up there. Getting out, I'll leave that door open because I have to show you something else. Opening this trunk here, latches underneath the logo. You can see my dual 10-inch Kicker Comp R subwoofers. They are 800 watts RMS, 1600 watts peak. Powering those subwoofers is an amp I have hidden here behind the seat. It is a 2000 watt Planet Audio monoblock sub amp. So you can see there's all my wiring. Seat folds up like that, 60-40 split. Getting inside the vehicle, you can see your 8.8-inch touchscreen display. I have it shut off right now due to the fact that it does not like cameras for some reason. It's really flickery, it's not good. There's also this 7-inch driver information display. Shows you your fuel economy, your odometer, fuel range, temperature, all that good stuff. Great to have. Trip odometer buttons here. As you can see, fresh tank of gas. Got your dimmer switches, traction control, Mazda safety sense on off, auto high beams, rain sensing wipers, rear wiper. Got a jet included with that. One nice thing is that the front wipers actually have the jet included in the blade. So as you can see, it sprays it on as the wiper moves, which is a really nice feature in my opinion. Dual zone automatic climate control, including a heated leather wrapped steering wheel, 3 setting heated seats. You got your windshield heater, you got your rear defroster, passenger heated seat. It is a traditional 6-speed automatic transmission with all-wheel drive. It's not a CVT. I think that's a major plus. You have your drive modes here. You got regular and sport. You also have your electronic parking brake and your auto hold feature, which is really, really nice. You got your quick access buttons here and your dial for the screen. So you got your music, your home, and your navigation. Audio knob there, and you also have this button here, which brings you to your favorite radio stations, and I believe it also does something with navigation as well. Sunglass holder there. This here is what sun visors look like. Got a mirror with a little light up there, as well as a little extension. Black headliner on this vehicle as well, since this is a hatchback. And let's get driving. Got my window cracked open a bit there so you can hear a little bit of the cat back and intake combo, as well as the keep the camera cool, because I tried recording this once earlier and it did not like the heat. It also has Mazda heartbeat turn signals included with this vehicle as well. Pulling it onto the road, you can hear a little bit of that intake and catback. Sounds really good. You have adaptive cruise control as well. You got these buttons here to change your following distance, cancel, resume, set, on, off. You have your source button on the steering wheel, audio tracks. That's how you change the infotainment screen, or the display. So you can pick between this one here with your driving information on it. There's this one here for your Mazda safety sense, which includes your adaptive cruise control, lane keep, blind spot, all that good stuff. Then you got your airs. This here is just because I don't have winter tire sensors, so it just thinks I have no sensors at all, which I don't. Then you got this one here, which looks analog, which is kind of neat. I'm not a big fan of that one though. I love this one here. Got your manual dimming mirror, just like that. This vehicle has an 8-speaker audio system, which is perfectly adequate for, I want to say, 90% of the people that will ever own this car. I included those subwoofers because I like having a bit of bass for the type of music I listen to. It is really nice to have. That system there is a bit overkill. I have a video on how I installed that as well on my channel if you want to go check that out. This vehicle here, I pretty much been driving it every single day since I got it, and I gotta say it has been absolutely flawless. I'm gonna lower that window a bit for air. Sorry about the noise. You know, 50,000 kilometers on it in a year and a half, that is a lot of driving, but it has been absolutely flawless. I haven't had to spend any money on maintenance whatsoever. The most expensive thing I've ever had to do was replace the front brake pads. Not rotors, no rear pads or rotors, nothing like that, just the front 2 pads. And of course there's oil changes and stuff like that as well. I get everything done at the Western Mazda dealership here. The front brake pads I think were about $370 and my oil changes are about $100. So this vehicle here, it is all-wheel drive. It is a GS. It cost me about $29,750 plus taxes and fees back in 2023. Sadly, you cannot get this vehicle anymore. If you want an all-wheel drive Mazda 3, you have to go with the luxury package. That adds a couple $1,000s onto the car, but it gives you a lot of great features as well, such as leather seats, sunroof, memory seats, memory mirrors, powered seats, a lot of great stuff like that. Personally, I'm not too worried that I don't have it. I really don't need it. It's not the end of the world. Of course, you're going to hear a little bit more road noise than what you normally would in this vehicle right now, thanks to my tires and my roof rack and mud flaps and all that. They all make it considerably louder than what it would be in the summertime, or if it was stock, which most people will be driving these as. Personally, I do think this is the best vehicle in the segment. That is my own opinion. I haven't really spent much time with the other vehicles either, so I might change that if I spend more time with others. But I've driven this one, a LX Civic, and a base model L Corolla, so it's not really a fair comparison, but I do think this one drives the best, delivers its power the best, and just has the nicest interior, and I think it looks the nicest too. Like this car is just beautiful all the way around. I'd absolutely love it. Trunk space is excellent, as you just saw. If I didn't have my subwoofers in, you'd see that it is pretty cavernous. Build quality of this car is absolutely superb. Soft touch. You know, you got your nice leather, your cloth, more leather. There's really no hard touch in this car at all. This is all leather, soft touch. There is a little bit of hard touch down here and down there, but I think I prefer that just because of the fact that you can't damage it with your feet. I got my WeatherTech floor liners. They're a little bit dirty. Of course, it is winter. It's salty. It's nasty. Look at the truck in front of me. You can see it's not great, especially on cars and stuff. But this vehicle has been great. I'll see if I can get a little bit of an acceleration video here now in a second. If I get some open road. I'll also see what it's like to, you know, just enjoy this car, because it is a fantastic commuter. I absolutely love it. Like, this car, usually a lot of people, they'll replace their cars every couple of years. I don't see myself doing it with this vehicle here. I love it so much. It drives nice, it handles nice. Like, there's nothing bad about this car. I can think of a couple of things, but nothing like major that are complete deal breakers. One of them being that C-pillar back there. It is absolutely ginormous, and it really kills the visibility if you take a look. Now, luckily, you do have blind spot monitoring in your mirrors, so it's not a big issue. And if there's something there in your blind spot, then it will actually beep at you, which is really, really great. Lane keep assist in this vehicle as well. It is personally not my favorite lane keep. It is really, really sensitive and sometimes picks up cracks in the road instead of lines, and it tries to push you over into another lane. That's not fun. I've had that happen to me a couple times. I usually drive it off just by hitting that button there. And yeah, so this vehicle has been really, really great for the entirety of the time that I've owned it. Road here. You know, sound system's alright. The normal speakers are really good. There was just no bass, so I added that. There's a center point speaker there and a woofer down there, and there's tweeters in each door, and there's 4 of these. I'm really not going to get any open space to show you this exhaust, am I? Oh well. I'll find something to make it work. There we go. A little bit of exhaust noise there for you. This car has been, you know, flawless. Like, I love it. I would highly recommend it to anyone that's ever thought about getting a Mazda 3 hatchback. Do it. You won't regret it. My fuel economy, I mean, it definitely could be better, but part of that is because I live in a really hilly area. It's cold out. I'm using remote start a lot. You know, it's just not hyper mileage weather and conditions for this car. I've noticed that if you baby it like I have, you can get it down to about 5.4 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, which is pretty much hybrid Corolla levels, which is absolutely insane to think about, considering that that is a 1.8 hybrid with 122 horsepower, and this is a 2.5 naturally aspirated with 191. It's a lot more power, a lot more torque, and a nicer vehicle in my opinion. This here is the key. I do actually have an aftermarket key off a mixed door as well. It's paint matched to the car. It's a little bit chipped up because I do have a pocket knife on my keychain. Sometimes it pops open and damages it, but you know, it's usually really, really nice. Pop that down there, and it's quiet at red lights. Like, even with the exhaust and intake, like, this is really quiet. It's really nice. Like, there's no start stop with this vehicle either. This engine is still running, as you can see, and it is, you know, pretty much dead quiet, even with the exhaust, which is, I love it. Because, like, if I'm driving through town, I don't want to be obnoxious, so I'm not going to be flooring it everywhere I go. But if I'm, say, carving some back roads, I can, you know, open her up a bit and enjoy the exhaust. I'll put her in slap shift mode here now, just see what I can do. There you go, she's livened up now. Perfect. Just to give you guys a bit of an example, I'll slow down here behind this car here. So good. I love how this car sounds so much. Put her back in the normal mode. I would try sport mode. It is really not much different than regular mode, except it keeps your revs higher. This vehicle does have cylinder deactivation, which personally I think is a little bit pointless. It is a 4-cylinder. Like, there's no point in needing it to run on 2 cylinders, but it does it sometimes. It's alright. It doesn't really save that much gas, I've noticed, though. Maybe it goes down 1 or 2 liters per 100 kilometers, and that's like instant fuel economy, so that's not over the entire course of the tank. And it's just probably one more thing that's going to break on this vehicle that could have been prevented. That's my personal opinion. You guys are welcome to argue with me on that, but that's where I personally stand. I don't think it was such a great idea to put this on the car, but hey, what can you do? I'll take it down this road up here now. It's a little bit narrow. You get to hear the exhaust a nice bit. It's really, really nice. This car has been pretty much lived in by me and my girlfriend for the past few months. You know, it doesn't really stop much. It's been great. Like, we went on a vacation there in December, and we carried a couple weeks worth of stuff out there, and I didn't even have to fold down the rear seats. I had that much space in my trunk. Now, I didn't have the subwoofers then, but chances are you're not going to have subwoofers in this car either. So we were able to fit enough stuff for 3 weeks for 2 people in the trunk of this vehicle without any issues. All we had to do was take out the cargo cover, and now you couldn't see it out that rear mirror, but that's fine, so you got that mirror there and that mirror there. So small stuff, and you know, it handled it fine. Trunk closed all right. It is a manual closing trunk, as you've seen earlier in the video. There is a handle there, which is really nice because you don't have to put your hands on dirty paint in the wintertime, scratch it all up. I'll pull over up here and I'll show you the heartbeat turn signals, because they look absolutely fantastic. Crack open that window a little bit, hear the exhaust. Looks like it's going to be a bit busy down here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hear it. There we go. That sounds much better. This car with the stock exhaust is dead quiet. And I've noticed that you can actually hear the cylinder deactivation module. I'm not a big fan of that, but I mean, you can just hear it there a little bit. Downshift. Sounds really good. In sport mode for this corner here. I'll let buddy go ahead of me a little bit. Come around it. Let him go, let him go. Floor. Like, it sounds good. Like, it doesn't sound like an annoying little high revving 4-cylinder. Like, it sounds throaty. It almost reminds me of like a Fiat Abarth, if you guys know what that is. And like the way it sounds nice. It doesn't sound annoying, and I really, really like that about this. On the highway, it's really good. It's stable. Like, you don't feel like you're going to get blown over like a piece of paper in the wind. I really like that. This car is really planted down. I think it weighs about 3,300 pounds. I might be wrong. You know, like it's good. It's not perfect at everything, but it's good in a lot of things, if that makes any sense. Like, there's not one area where this car is absolutely perfect, but it's really good in every area. Like, this thing doesn't have wireless CarPlay, but it has wired CarPlay that works really well. For the newer ones, you do have a touchscreen here. I believe it's any of them made after June of 2023. Mine was made in April, so I don't have it. But any 24s, any 25s, they have a touchscreen, but it only works in Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You know, climate control, this works excellent. You can set it so that if it turns on your heated seats for you automatically. Mine's not going to do it right now because I'm warmed up. It controls all that. One of my big gripes about this vehicle, though, is the app. The app that comes with this car, the Mazda Connect app, it is not good, to say the least. First of all, you can only access remote start using that app. Big bummer. I personally believe that remote start should be on the key, not on the app. That's my personal opinion. Whether or not you guys agree, that is up to you. And it is subscription based, so you don't get the app for free. You have to pay for it. You get 2 years free, but after that, I think it's like, it's probably close to 30 bucks a month, I'm pretty sure. Which, you know, is all right, because you can say, have remote start for the winter time and then cancel your subscription in the summertime. But why not just have it on the remote so you have it all the time, you don't have to pay for it? I mean, that's my kind of thoughts on it. Now, of course, many people have many different beliefs, so you believe what you want. If it had the Bose sound system, this here would be chrome and say Bose on it. That's how you can tell. The engine itself has been extremely reliable. It hasn't left me stranded once. You know, it's torquey, it's powerful. Like, it's a good motor for this vehicle. It's the same motor that they use in the CX-5, CX-9, CX-50, all that. Personally, I think that if you had one of them vehicles, it might be a little bit sluggish, but where this one here is a little bit smaller, a little bit lower, more lightweight, it is perfect. And I have yet to drive a 3-turbo. I want to badly. I just don't know anyone with one, and you know, the dealership here is fairly small, so they don't really get them in a whole lot. But I can't imagine what it's like to drive one of them, how fast it must be, because this one here, it is fairly quick. Oh, that sounds good. Then if I were to, that sounds good. And the other thing is that you can get paddle shifters for it. However, where this one here is a GS, not a GT, it doesn't have it. You can also see how the steering wheel has worn. It is usually matte black like this finish in here, but as of course I've been driving it, it's turned glossy, so you can tell on the outside. So keep that in mind. I have noticed that this here, the chrome pieces on the steering wheel, the chrome's starting to come off them. I don't know why, but it is. It's not the end of the world. I really don't care about that much. Small stuff. You have to be like looking for it in order to see it. Man, this parking lot must really love Ioniq 5s. That's 3. Anyway, I'll show you another quick look around at the interior, what the heartbeat turn signals look like, and I guess we'll end it there. Of course, it is a little bit lower to the ground, so I gotta be more careful driving on these gravel roads. What a great view. Handbrake. from the rear. That's what they look like. They fade off. They come on really instantly. It also does it there on the mirrors, as you can tell. She's a little bit dirty, and on the front as well. Your radar plate and everything is also right here. No fog lights, which I am a little bit disappointed about, but it is fairly minor stuff. But all in all, over the past 50,000 kilometers, I could not have asked for a better performing vehicle than this. And I want to thank you all for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.